Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Detroit Tigers franchise here on MLB The Show 20. We are 27-48 right now, taking on the 50-26 Dodgers. So drop a like button so that we can win this game. We can build a winner together here, so make sure you subscribe as well. And we are going to get into this game. Los Angeles Dodgers, one of the better teams in all of Major League Baseball. Trust me, I don't like saying that. But Clayton Kershaw going to take the mound. 8-2 so far this year with a 3.25 ERA and a very nice whip. Matthew Boyd will take the mound for us. 3-8 for him with a 4.55 ERA and a 1.39 whip. He's over 100 strikeouts, though, and he gets another one right there on Mookie Betts as he strikes him out with 2 on in the first inning. Then he gets the strikeout here on Bellinger. Good to see him striking out 2 of the better hitters in baseball. Max Muncy now is going to strike out on the high heat, and Matthew Boyd gets 3 strikeouts in the first inning to get out of the inning after allowing 2 base runners. Elvis Vizcaino in the top of the third with 2 outs. Clutch bomb from Vizcaino. A very unlikely hero for this team. 3 homers on the season for Vizcaino. He waxed that one 429. Really killed that ball, and it's good to see him do some things like that. We'd like to see him continue to be a Detroit Tiger after this year. He's got to put up some numbers, though. Mookie Betts now up against Boyd. He's going to hit this one down the left field line. A late break out there in left field, and he will get that thing thrown in, but will it be a play at the plate? The throw's a little bit off, and it's going to be a tie game. Nice job, Mookie Betts, with the RBI double. So now Cody Bellinger comes up, and he will strike out. Matthew Boyd with the high heat has been almost unstoppable today. We're only in the third, and he has 8 Ks. So now here is another nice strikeout pitch from Boyd against Muncy. Now he's got Clayton Kershaw up. He gets him to strike out on the low curveball in the 5th inning. That's his 10th strikeout. So now Kike Hernandez will strike out looking. Window shopping on the circle change. His 11th strikeout of the game. So here is a ground ball over in between third and short. That's going to get the bases loaded here for Yasiel Puig, who's going to put it into center field. That should bring 2 runs home. And with the RBI double, Puig brings home 2. So now Adam Kolarek for the LA Dodgers coming in. He's got a 3.41 ERA so far this season. We'll see what he can do against us. A dribbler over at first, and that is going to count. And that is going to be an out. So that will get them out of a jam. 3-1 now, and another strikeout for Matthew Boyd. His 12th strikeout today. Corey Seager now up. He is going to launch one into right field. That one is going to hit the wall. And I don't know what he was doing out there in right field. Looking silly. It'll be a triple for Bellinger. And it'll be 3-2. Still winning this game is Detroit. They have got to keep it up. Here's a nice ground ball over to second. That will keep the lead for Detroit as we move on into the 7th inning. Rony Garcia coming into the game now for Detroit. He has not been tremendous. 5.6 ERA. He's given up a lot of hits. We'll see what can happen here against the Dodgers. He is going to give this one up into deep left field. It's off the wall, and that is going to bring around a double for the Dodgers, as they now have 2 in scoring position for Mookie Betts. And he gets that one past third base, can't make the play, and now the Dodgers going to take a lead if they can get this run home, and they do. 4-3. Dodgers take a lead on us here. Max Muncy coming up. He's going to hit this one into deep left field as well, but it'll get us out of the 7th inning. But we are down 4-3. We need a hero in this game. Dylan Floro coming in for the Dodgers, a 2.94 ERA. He's very good against left-handed batters so far this year, not giving up a lot of hits. But the right-handed batters, and Johnathan Schoop is going to take this one to deep left center field. It is out of here. Johnathan Schoop and his 14th homer goes 393 to tie this one up. A solo shot for him. And this game is now tied at 4, deep into the game. Who expected the Tigers to play this well against the LA Dodgers? Certainly not me. I don't know if any of you did. Let me know in the comments if you did. Jose Cisnero coming into the game for Detroit. 6.10 ERA. Not great so far for him, giving up a lot of runs, but he gets the strikeout here, and that'll help us out here in the bottom of the ninth as Blake Treinen coming into the game in extra innings. A 1.53 ERA, one of the better relievers in baseball right now. He's facing Schoop. Schoop has this one going deep to right field, but it doesn't have the carry. So that will be the final out of the top of the 10th. We go into the bottom of the 10th. Cisnero against Jock Peterson will get him to strike out, and that will end the bottom of the 10th. Cisnero doing a very nice job in relief. He'll have to do it in the bottom of the 11th here. This one hit into deep center field. And the 11th inning is over, getting the fly out into center. So Buck Farmer going to come into the game for Detroit now in the bottom of the 12th. He's been one of our better relievers so far, but this one is lifted into left center field over the 373 mark. Kike Hernandez with his 8th homer of the year. It's a walk-off for the LA Dodgers, and in dramatic fashion, the Dodgers have done what was expected of them and beat our Detroit Tigers here in their own home. Kike Hernandez gets it done. Disappointing if you are a Tiger supporter, and I know a lot of you are. But we played a lot better than what was expected here in this game today, as Kike Hernandez obviously going to get the player of the game, as he would deserve it for hitting the walk-off slam. So, Johnathan Schoop and Vizcaino with the homers of this one. Boyd didn't pitch bad, so that is a good thing to take away from this game. As we look at the Dodger box score, and Kershaw did not pitch very well. We look at the next game against the Dodgers. We win it 5-2, unbelievably. Did not expect that to happen, as Chang going to get the win in that one. He got a spot start. So Alex Wilson helps us out in a 3-2 win against the White Sox. As you can see here, we win that thing in the 13th inning. Dramatic win for us. Keuchel pitched really well in that game against us. We win a game 12-0 against the Baltimore Orioles. Unbelievable dub there. Norris pitched really well. Aiken did not pitch well for the Orioles. We're going to take a look here in Baltimore, as the Orioles have won 4 more games than we have. And that's quite interesting, because we know that the Orioles are notoriously one of the worst teams in baseball, and if we finish below them, we'll get a better pick than them, which is, I guess, good. But you also don't want to be losing to the worst team in baseball on paper. So LeBlanc in this game, I am actually doing a player lock on Michael Fulmer, who gets a strikeout here in the bottom of the first, and then with Trey Mancini, he'll strike him out looking. Window shop on Trey Mancini. So now Renato Nunez going to strike out in the bottom of the second, and Fulmer is dealing right now. 3rd strikeout of the game for Fulmer. Now in the bottom of the second, another strikeout here as he gets Smith Jr. swinging through for his 4th strikeout. Anthony Santander going to get struck out as well. And Fulmer just really, really whipping it right now. Fulmer against Austin Wins in the bottom of the 3rd. He will draw a walk. Very good eye there for Wins. Now Chris Davis up, and he will swing through for another strikeout for Fulmer. Jose Iglesias, the leadoff hitter, will window shop and strike out looking in the bottom of the 3rd, and we move on. So into the bottom of the 4th, Fulmer. Here is a bunt, trying to bunt for a hit, and it is going to work. So a base hit on Fulmer there. Renato Nunez back up. He swings through the 2-seamer with 2 on for Fulmer's 8th strikeout and the first out of the bottom of the 4th. Now with 2 outs at the bottom of the 4th, swinging through another strikeout for Fulmer. That is his 9th. And he is just absolutely pitching well. 3 hits for Detroit, 2 hits for Baltimore, 0-0 at this point. Bottom 5. It's a ground ball. That is going to help Fulmer. The defense behind him doing well in this bottom of the 5th, getting the double play. So now on a 2-0 pitch, this one's going to get hit, and that is grounded over to second base, easily taken care of. And Fulmer is out of the 5th inning. Into the bottom of the 6th against Jose Iglesias. That was a strike on a 3-0 count, but called a ball for a 4-pitch walk. Now Trey Mancini going to launch this thing into left field. Fulmer already hates it, It is out of here, and Trey Mancini with the solo shot. 389 feet here at Camden Yards. And that thing is blasted. That will cut the lead in half for Detroit, as they had scored 2 runs in the top half of the inning. So now 2-1. Renato Nunez with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. He will ground out to short. And that might end Michael Fulmer's day. We'll have to see if they will bring him back out in the 7th inning. They do. And he gets the first out, and he gets the strikeout there, looking for 2 outs in the 7th. He has 10 Ks. Austin Hayes now coming up, 1 for 2 on the day, and he will pop out into the middle infield, taken care of, and that would end Michael Fulmer's day, as we will continue to just simulate a little bit of this, just manage some of the game. It's now 2-2 as the Orioles get a run in the bottom of the 8th inning. We will jump back into this game. Michael Rucker coming in to pitch for the Orioles. An 8.42 ERA is bad averages against both handed batters, and this one is taken out to center, but nice rundown and grab out in center field. So that'll bring us into the bottom of the 9th. Nice strikeout there for Alex Wilson, who he continues to help this team in relief. Paul Fry now coming in, a 2.45 ERA for him, 2-0. He's really bad against left-handed batters, though. Lucky he's facing a right-handed batter, but you gotta watch out. Johnathan Schoop against his former team, and Schoop hits the solo blast, 395 feet to straightaway center field, and Johnathan Schoop, you know he has to love that. Against his former team in the park he used to play. Dramatic homer to give the Tigers the lead, 3-2. So now just got to close it out with Alex Wilson. He gets the strikeout right there. Ooh, you got to like it. Smith Jr. striking out now. Austin Wins is going to come up, and he is going to ground out over to third base. Nice play made over there. And that is going to end it. The Detroit Tigers with the dub. Miguel Cabrera is the player of the game. He had a home run earlier in the game. Alex Wilson gets the win. Paul Fry gets the loss. And you can see Cabrera and Schoop. Cabrera with his 13th homer. Schoop with his 16th homer. Michael Fulmer with a gem of a game. Trey Mancini hit his 20th home run for the Orioles. But it causes them to come up a little bit short here. Wade LeBlanc was pitching well. He got taken out, and Bailey got hit for the 2 runs. So we continue on, and the Twins beat us 9-2, as we have been pretty bad against the Twins all season long. Taking a look at the injuries, Ivan Nova out for 1 to 6 days, as well as Jordy Mercer and Cam Gibson in the organization. So we'll just be doing some recap here to end this episode. We are taking a look at how guys are doing, and you can see our pitching staff has really not done well, but Casey Mize is doing good in AAA, Tariq Skubal's doing all right, and Matt Manning's doing all right. So hopefully by next year, those guys may be ready to be called up to the majors. They might even get called up this year in September call-ups. We'll see. We have some guys doing pretty well in relief, but there is going to be some moves made on this team as the trade deadline is coming up after the All-Star break. So within the next 2 episodes, you'll see a lot of moves getting made. As Joe Jimenez, I did like him in my Mariners franchise last year. He hasn't been great in this franchise. Taking a look at Romine, I don't like what he brings to the table. Jake Rogers is a much better catcher in my opinion, at least in this game. Taking a look at what some of the guys might be able to do. I like what Vizcaíno is bringing to the table. Harold Castro surprisingly playing well in AAA, even though he's not one of our highly touted prospects. Isaac Paredes isn't playing as good as I would like him to be playing right now. And if we take a look, Cole Peterson, 3 home runs at the shortstop position. That's interesting. Stokes has been playing pretty well. I like what he's bringing to the table. I'd like to see Riley Green hit for a better average than 246. Jacoby Jones has not been horrible, and Travis Demerite has been 198. Oof. So some things not going as well in our organization. The whole organization's kind of bleh at the moment. So we'll end this episode by taking a look at who might make the All-Star team. So taking a look, starting pitcher in the American League, Daniel Norris is on the list, but I don't anticipate him making it. Xiao Ching-Cheng is also on there. He's definitely not going to make it either. Looking at the National League, Mike Soroka has been the best starting pitcher over there, along with Max Scherzer. Looking at relief, Fernando Romero of the Twins is the leading vote getter in the American League. And you have other guys in here. Closing pitcher, Liam Hendricks. Roberto Osuna's playing really well. Mitch Garver is the leading vote getter at catcher. He has 18 home runs at catcher. First base, Jose Abreu and Edwin Encarnacion are the two guys there. Miguel Cabrera's not far behind, but I don't anticipate him making the All-Star team. Second base, DJ LeMahieu and Gleyber Torres, each with 19 homers. Yoan Moncada at third base, and Anthony Rendon. Jorge Polanco at shortstop with Xander Bogaerts. Of course, they are two of the better shortstops in the American League. Then you have JD Martinez, Giancarlo Stanton, and Willie Calhoun. A little bit of a surprise there. Mike Trout, Danny Santana at right field. We have Trey Mancini and Max Kepler, along with Franmil Reyes. You can see some of the guys that are doing the best. We'll look at the National League now, as we've already taken a look at starting pitcher, but relief, Blake Treinen, we just played him. He's very good. Will Smith at closer for the Braves. Real Muto, the catcher for the Phillies. Pete Alonso has 28 home runs. We're not even at the All-Star break yet. Jonathan Villar, 16 homers for him. Eugenio Suarez of the Reds doing really well this season. Trey Turner is the leading vote getter at short. Left field, here's center field. Ronald Acuna Jr., 17 homers, and Mookie Betts and Christian Yelich, each with 27 homers. So that's going to do it for today's episode, guys. Please make sure that you drop a like on this video, as well as subscribe if you're new and want to see more Tigers franchise on MLB The Show 20. Thank you all for being here, and I will see you all next time. Take care.